welcome to another episode of Afro-Scientific Spirituality. My name is Efe West, reaching your life and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time on this channel, this is the place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. In this channel, I try to talk about African spirituality in the most simplest and easiest way I can. I try to pick on topics that are very difficult to talk about, to discuss, and topics that are not usually talked about by other historians, spiritualists, or occultists. Here I take on the big topics in African spirituality. Okay, today I want us to talk about this book. It's actually another book review, a very important book. The title of this book is called Spiritual Warriors Healers. It was a book written by a grand master of ancient Egypt spirituality and priesthood. He's actually a Kemetic priest, and his name is Jhutyms Mfundishi Salem. This book is a book that contains over 400,000 BCE of ancient Egyptian knowledge and history and wisdom. So this book is not an ordinary book. It is a very, very powerful book. That is why we need to talk about this book. This book was written by an original, real, living, full-blooded ancient Egyptian Kemetic priest that is still living today. This person is not on our level. He's a very high grand master spiritualist, and is very, very knowledgeable, very, very intelligent, and he reads and writes and speaks the Medu, the ancient Egyptian language the Europeans called hieroglyphics, that they are trying to call a dead language, that they say that nobody can speak or write it correctly anymore. That is a very big lie. The sole aim of the subject of Egyptology that was created by the Europeans was simply to hide the true history of Egypt from the world, to bamboozle people, to deceive their own people and the African people that Egypt is not part of Africa, that the Egyptians were either white people or Arabians or aliens, to hide and cover the truth of the real history of the world, nothing more, nothing less. So, most people are saying that the hieroglyphics, some people are claiming they are written by aliens, or the people are long dead, nobody can read the language. That is a very big lie. I have seen many people that can read and write the Medu, the hieroglyphics, and the ancient Egyptians are still here today. We African people are the descendants of the ancient Egyptians. We are here, and we are very much aware of what is happening in the world today, and we are watching, and we are also recollecting ourselves and studying our history and our spirituality, and we are moving forward with our life. So for those people that are saying that there is no accurate account of what happened in ancient Egypt, and there's no evidence to prove the black lineage or the original race and spirituality and science of the ancient Egyptians, that is a very big lie. This very book, Spiritual Warriors Healers, contains every aspect of the ancient Egyptian, ancient Kemetic culture, tradition, their history, their science, their architecture, their dressing, their food, their way of life, their worldview, and most especially the so-called language that people are saying that cannot be deciphered or written. This language is being spoken by so many people today. And guess what? The writer of this book, Mfundishi, he does not only read and write the language, he also teaches people. He has a school, and we have many Kemetic schools in America and around the world today in Africa that are actually teaching people how to read the language, how to speak the language, and how to study the Medu nature. Because this language can be regarded as the classical language of Africa. It is the language of nature, the language that makes use of natural sounds in nature to convey meanings, symbols, and express ideas that are in harmony, in complete harmony with nature. So it's a very, very powerful language. This is a language that I will recommend everybody to study. Me, myself, I'm trying to study it. What I can do now, I can only translate some portions of it, but I am trying my best to learn as much as possible because it's a very, very powerful language. And the wisdom contained in the language is cannot be overemphasized. There are so many things we have not discovered yet with the language, and people are learning new things every day, learning new concepts, learning new technologies, new ways of doing things from the language. So it's a very, very powerful language, which is the pinnacle of all spiritual systems in the world. So in this book, it is a very deep book, over 500 pages, and it contains the breakdown of Egyptian history for over 400,000 BC, before the creation of their so-called bastard Jesus, before the arrival or the birth of Muhammad. It contains stuff that happened in ancient Africa, the origin of Egypt from Kush in Sudan, how the ancient Kush started their civilization, and how they migrated to the Nile Valley that we now call ancient Egypt, how they start building that civilization from the ground floor. So it is a very, very powerful book of real history. This is the kind of book that you want to put in your library. You tell people that, yes, I have a library. And when people come and they see this book, they will know that, yes, you really have a library. This is a book that every serious person that is interested in the study of ancient African history and spirituality have to read. It contains the description of all the gods of ancient Egypt, their true name, their correspondence. It contains the ancient Egyptian calendar, the ancient Egyptian zodiac, astrology, time charts. It contains so many powerful things. It contains their martial arts, contains their spirituality, it contains their burial rite, it contains their architecture, it contains many things. I have this book, and it is one of the best books that I have in my library. I bought the book about 5 years ago. I bought it for $50 on Amazon. Now I think they sell it for about $40 now. And it is a highly recommended book for those people that are trying to cover the ancient history of Africa, those white, how would I say, white maggot scholars, those racist academicians that are trying to hide the true origin of Egypt. This book totally blows them out of the water because it contains so many concepts that they themselves don't understand. Due to the fact that they are not from Africa, they don't know about the culture and tradition from Africa. So most of the interpretations they have been trying to come up with in their own translation of the hieroglyphics, the Medu nature, most of their translations were wrong, were totally wrong. So they have been teaching the wrong thing to themselves for a very long time. But when an indigenous African translated the Mfundishi, you get the real meaning. So most of the things that they thought they got right, we are starting to discover now that they got it wrong. So we are starting to relearn the descriptions, the writings of the Mfundishi, the hieroglyphs, and new expression and new knowledges are coming up every now and then. So this language is something that we should all learn. The writer of the book is a very popular ancient Kemetic priest. He's a grand master of ancient Egypt. He is Mfundishi Salem. You can find him on YouTube. He has his own channel. He has his own website. He's very, very popular and he's very, very knowledgeable about ancient Kemet. And he's with us today, very much alive. And he teaches in universities, in countless seminars, and he's very, very popular and powerful. He has a lot of things that he does. So you can actually check him out to know more about him and to learn from him, because he has so much wisdom to give. So I'm doing this book review in this channel to inform people, those people that are still doubting about the veracity of the Black Dynasty of Ancient Egypt. We have the evidence, we have the documented facts, and we have the history to prove that, based on proof and scientific evidence. This is the book that will give you 400,000 years of African history in your laps. A huge part of the Akashic records. The Akashic records, people are trying to meditate to get to know what happened before. You have it now in physical form right in front of you. You can access it, you can read it, you can see all the evidence to prove beyond reasonable doubts that what we are saying is true. So you cannot be able to have any doubt in your mind. So there you have it right now, 400,000 years of African history before Christ. What are you going to do? Are you going to ignore it, or are you going to take a peek? So it is left for you. But nevertheless, what this book will do for you spiritually, the benefits of this knowledge is totally transformative. This is a book that once you read it, it's going to take you, it's like a gateway into time travel, whereby you are going to travel 400,000 years into the past. You will get to know what happened in the past, how ancient Africans were, who they really were, how they fell, what led to their demise and their rebirth, and how they are going to rise again in the future. This is a book that the knowledge in this book is going to separate you from other spiritualists in the path that do not have this knowledge. This book is going to totally transform you. It's going to totally elevate your spirituality, so that when you look upon things that are happening in this world today, when you view the situation, you are going to be looking at things in the eyes of a 400,000 years old entity. Now that is a very, very powerful entity. History is a god. Yes, history is a spirit. History is life. History is the most powerful subject on this planet. But many people don't know that. You need to venerate the God of history, the God of truth and wisdom. Any spirituality that is not based on a foundation of truth, I have always said this in this channel, is a fake spirituality. It's a fake, and it will not last. And it cannot help you. It cannot take you far. It will just trap you in a certain box whereby you cannot be able to escape. You just be there, you're living in your own fantasy, like somebody that is on drugs. So if you want to be a real spiritualist, a grandmaster of your own self. You need to know what really happened. This is the truth of life. That's why the enemies of Africa, they know this very fact. That is why they did all what they can to make sure that they hide this truth from Africans, they hide it from the whole world. The Freemasons, the secret societies, the Roman Empire, which is currently the Catholic Church, they are the ones that are responsible for creating the subject of Egyptology. The whole subject of Egyptology is to hide African history, to bury it in the sand, and to use it for their own benefit to destroy the world, to entrap people. These people are people that have no conscience. They have no iota of truth, mahats, the law of balance, of harmonious balance and righteousness. These people don't have it. They are devoid of truth. So, they are evil people. They don't want any progress for this planet. They don't want any good thing for this planet. What they want is just to complete destruction, suppression of truth. That is why they create these fake religions to hold down the mind of people. That is why they are propagating this fake religion of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, which is the three canker worms that are eating, that are destroying the planet today, causing all sort of wars and hardship for everybody. So when people think that the Roman Empire have ended, they have not really ended. They never ended. They simply metamorphosized into the Catholic Church, and they are in every country. They are still controlling and running things, still suppressing the whole world today. They are the ones that created the subject of Egyptology. Why would they create this kind of subjects just for Africa, just for ancient Egypt? We don't have French-tology, we don't have Italian-tology, we don't even have Sumerian-tology, we don't have Aztec-tology. We only have Egyptology. You need to ask yourself, why is Egypt so special that they have to create it and try to separate it from Africa, to bury the black truth? This sole aim of this subject is to distort, suppress, hide, and bury the truth about ancient Africa. They thought that we will never know, we will never wake up, that black people will never know who they are. That is just the sole aim of what they have been doing for the last 700 years. And they have failed, because we have now waken up and we have now known all their plans today. And every day, people are waking up more and more. They are tapping back into their ancient spirituality. People are actually dishing religion and going back to true spirituality. This is the age of Aquarius, the age of knowledge. People don't want to believe anymore. They want to know. And the light of knowledge, the light of Lucifer, the light of wisdom, the light is now upon the world today. So it will appear that they have actually failed. This knowledge, this very thing, this very book that contains 400,000 years of ancient African history is what they have been hiding in their secret societies. But now you have the book today. For $40, you will get this book. You will know what these people have been hiding from the world. You will know the great secret of what they have done, the evil of what they have done. So you don't have excuse not to know. Nowadays, ignorance is a choice. People that want to be asleep, it is their choice. Ignorance is not intelligence. Submission, obedience is not wisdom. This is laziness. It's no virtue. So you have this knowledge now, and knowledge is power. This is a book that will empower you as a spiritualist. It will separate you from the dross of spiritualists we see now. On YouTube, my fellow YouTube magicians, you see them every day claiming to be this, to be that, claiming that they summon spirits every day, but yet you see their life is falling apart. So many things, because they are not based on real knowledge, and most of the spirits these people are calling are low-level entities that we are not supposed to even be talking with, that are not on the same level with human beings. But due to the fact that people don't know about life, don't know about true spirituality. They will not be bringing themselves so low to be talking with these dirty spirits, these low level, dirty scallywag spirits. Why should you want to deal with something that cannot offer you any insight into what is happening in the universe, that will not tell you the truth about life, that will not tell you the truth about humanity? When you have ancient spirits, the real gods are out there. The ancient Egyptian gods, they are still here today. The ancient ancestors, the ancient Kemetic Spirituality. These are gods that have moved, established civilizations, that have done things over and over again, that have shown, that have proved themselves over and over again. People know them. They are still here with us. So why do you want to go and be dealing with a spirit that nobody knows? A spirit that have not done anything in life, a spirit that does not even know any, cannot even do anything for you. All they do is just to deceive you, for you to deceive other people. So you need to know which spirits are there. We have different kinds of spirits on the planet today. We have gods, we have angels, we have demons, we have dirty spirits, human ghosts, and all sort of abominable entities. So you, as a spiritualist, you need to focus on spirits of knowledge that stand for knowledge and wisdom. Spirits that have been able to propel, motivate, and establish civilizations that have actually done things in the world, effect changes in the world that people actually know. The Egyptian deities, they are the mothers and fathers of all spiritualities. If you call yourself a spiritualist, you don't know those people, or you are not working with them, I don't know the kind of spirits you are working with. So you need to know these people, because these people, they started the whole show on this planet. They started this whole game of spirit ascension. All what we are doing here is old school. It's not new age. It is African tradition, spirituality. It's a part of living. It does not go out of style. It does not go out of fashion. It is not a fad. Okay, it's a scientific fact. It's part of our nature. So you need to know these gods. You need to know yourself. You need to know the true history of the planet, and the evidence are here. So instead of you to be running around with spirits that have no physical evidence, spirits that nobody knows, spirits that have done nothing in this world, why don't focus on the ones that have a lot of scientific evidence, a lot of proofs, a lot of things they have done, a lot of things, and they are still here and they are still very, very active? Why not give it a shot and try to know these guys? So that is the way I see it. I'm not saying that my own is better than your own, but I think there is something here that is worth looking at. It's something here that is really worth to take a second look at. So I'm appealing to you, my fellow spiritualists. Try to get this book. This is a book that it is not a waste of money. It's a reference point. I have the book, and I have read the book, and I'm very proud that the book really exposed many things to me, and there's a lot of things. I have used this book to work for people, and everybody that have read this book, they have something to say about it. It's a very powerful book. It's one of the best books that have come out of Africa recently. It's very popular online. You just type it online, you will see the book there. For people that don't yet know the book, if you really want to know about African spirituality, you need to get this book. It needs to be part of your library. That knowledge, you need to absorb that knowledge. You need to upload it into your operating system and let it be part of your operating system. It's going to transform your DNA, and it's going to empower you, empower your magic, empower your practice. It's going to make you make better decisions in your life that is going to be beneficial for this world. It's a book of truth, a book that is based on truth, justice, righteousness, harmonious balance, and harmony. This is a book that is going to bring you in harmony with the planets. in harmony with your fellow men. It's going to expose so many lies in the world today. So it's not an ordinary book. It is actually a gateway into the ancient past that will propel you into the future. So it's not a simple book. This is the kind of books that I call codex, the book of civilization. In those days, we have what they call codex, whereby the knowledge and wisdom of a particular race or tribe will be recorded in a document that will be kept in the most secure place in the palace. So when two nations are fighting each other, what they aim is to capture this other nation and get this sort of books whereby they will have their record of wisdom and knowledge. So these kind of books are very, very important, because once you capture them, you know everything about the race, and then you can be able to take their science and technology, and you can be able to use it to improve yourself, or you can be able to use it to do what you want to do. So this book is not just an ordinary book, it's a codex. That is what I call such kind of books. So I want to recommend this book for every interested, serious student of African spirituality that really want to know what went down for the last 400,000 years, that really want to know the things that the bastards of Egyptologists have been hiding, the so-called secret societies have been hiding from you, calling it their secrets, stealing African spirituality and parading it, calling themselves Freemasons and Templars and blah blah blah. For $40, you're gonna get that knowledge right on your laps. Okay, you don't need to be paying dues to any lodge or having the stress of, you're gonna get this knowledge and you're gonna get more. You're gonna get the truth that will set you free, set you on the right path. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. Once again, questions and comments are always welcome. I want to announce that I have started a new video, a new series of clips for my channel. The original objective of this channel has been achieved, which is how to practice African spirituality. In the first line of videos, I think I have 75 videos there. I've teach everything, explain how to practice it easily from any part of the world, what you need to know, the basics, how to practice it without going through a middleman. I have actually achieved the aim of me setting up this channel. So I have stopped that. I have created a new line of videos now. I'll be talking about doing book reviews, interviews, and general everyday topics that is affecting the world today. I'm going to be talking about them. Just be talking about trending topics. We have completed the mission for this channel, which I am very proud of. I was able to do that within 4 months with less than 70 videos. So if you want to know how to practice African spirituality without fear or favor, without any initiation, without spending money, this is a place you need to come to. I have been able to demystify so many misconceptions that have been blowing around in the community. So I have been able to achieve those aims. So I'm very, very happy. And I've started a new line. So you'll be seeing me doing more book reviews, talking about trending topics, what is happening in the world today. So do not be surprised when you see me deviating. I have completed the mission for this channel. Okay, I just want to let you know that we have solved the problem. I'll be talking about books. I'll be taking you back millions of years of African history. I'll be talking about some very deep and controversial topic. I'll be talking about space travel, time travel. I'll be doing a lot about that now. Okay, so I wish you a very wonderful day. Questions and comments are welcome as usual. Like and share this video. Tell your friends about this channel so that they will know the truth about African spirituality. You can also buy my book. I have the book on quantum physics I have written. that goes very deep into quantum physics from an Afrocentric perspective. You can also check out my Teespring channel for African-inspired designs, clothing, fashion. And you can also support this channel by patronizing the Teespring shop or contacting me, and generally liking and sharing this video. So this is what I have for you today. Questions and comments are welcomed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye.